Also on January 11th, we have CoLab, and this is actually a relaunch of a game that launched a few months ago, but they pulled it down and took some time to develop it a little bit more, focus a little bit on the shipping and improving some of the costs, as well as the manufacturing. And they've done a lot of work on it since, and they've continued to play test it and done all that good stuff, but I don't think I can do a better job covering it than I did back then. So what I'll do is I'll just play you exactly what I said before, because all of it still applies, and I'll just let you know of anything additional that I want to add. So we can go ahead and check out this really cool channel down here, and make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and let's just see what this guy has to say. And regardless of the name, this is not a cooperative game, at least not intentionally. And in this game, players are mad scientists equipped with a team of minions, and players are going to be sending out their minions along with their scientists out on the board to gather resources, because players are going to want to complete different creations in the form of cards, which will upgrade your character with new abilities and trigger new effects. And this one's going to be my pick of the week, but before I get to that, I'll just explain a little bit more about how the game plays. Like I said, players are going to be sending their minions out on the board, but first you're going to be loading them with a die in order to determine the resources that you want to gather as that minion travels around the board. Aside from your minions, you're also going to gain resources by rolling dice, and you'll be able to gain new dice throughout the game and build your own dice pool. And you're going to be using those resources to build different cards by using your scientist. And in order to do that, you're going to have to send your scientist out on the board. And what's really neat here, and why I think this game is called CoLab, is because when you go to build those cards, you can actually use the resources from minions adjacent to you on the board. So there is kind of a cooperative aspect here where the minions don't mind who they help, but each individual player is going to be trying to take advantage of that while trying to move their minions and their character to try and prevent it for the other players. Each card you build will get added to your tableau, which will gain you new abilities, trigger special effects, or gain you victory points. A neat aspect of this is the cards all behave a little bit differently, and you can create some really neat chaining depending on the cards that you put adjacent to each other. The game ends once a player has 12 cards in their tableau, and the player with the most victory points wins the game. And the reason I made this one my pick of the week is because as I was reading it, it was really reminding me of one of my favorite games, which is Dinosaur Island. And the game itself looks like it plays very differently, but what I really love about Dinosaur Island is how it combines a lot of different mechanisms into a really fun package that's easy to learn and play. And I think this is really nailing on that as well, but giving you a very different game with some very different mechanisms. I know that feeling I got is very subjective, and I probably wouldn't have made it my pick of the week just on that, but because I got that feeling, I kept looking into this game, and then I discovered that one of the designers is actually the co-designer of Dinosaur Island. And discovering that after I made the correlation kind of validated it for me, because now I have 2 points of reference, and I feel like it's less subjective because of it. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, Jonathan Gilmour is an excellent designer, and he's created a ton of really great games. So this one is just worth a look just for that reason alone. But he isn't the only one that designed this game. He also co-designed it with John Meatling, and although he doesn't have quite as many games under his belt, he is the designer of one of my favorite solo games, which is Palm Island, which I still have in my collection today, so there's definitely some points there as well. Unfortunately, there's nothing under the ratings tab proving that they've been playtesting and getting feedback on this game, but on their campaign page they do say that they have been playtesting this for a very long time. But based on the designers and their history, I really don't have any doubts about that. But publishers and designers, when you do playtest your games, make sure to ask your playtesters to leave a comment and rating on Board Game Geek. I'm sure you're getting a lot of great feedback from your playtesters and you're iterating on your game because of it, but seeing some ratings and comments here really helps validate that for the rest of us. They have continued to do playtesting, and there is comments on their Board Game Geek page now, so that's awesome to see. And they also do have some evidence of playtesting in different areas, such as different sections in the forum, as well as other areas on their website and things like that. I'm not 100% sure, but I also heard that Palm Island will be available in this campaign. So if you're interested in either of these games, definitely make sure to get notified on launch, because this is definitely one that you'll want to check out.